The doll. My family and I went to a rummage sale over the weekend. It was one of those old-fashioned sales at a creepy, run-down house on the edge of town. The kind of house that looks like it belongs in a horror movie. I'm pretty sure the new owners were just trying to get rid of the stuff that was left behind. As I walked around, I didn't see anything that caught my eye, just a bunch of dusty antiques and old furniture. My parents, ever the hopeful treasure hunters, were searching for some rare antiques but came up empty-handed. Then, my little sister, Emily, spotted something that made my skin crawl. A really old, creepy-looking doll. It had a cracked porcelain face, faded clothes, and glassy eyes that seemed to follow you wherever you went.
Mom, Dad, can I please have it?
She begged, her eyes wide with excitement. My parents exchanged uneasy glances but eventually gave in. And just like that, we brought that eerie doll home with us. I couldn't understand how Emily could be so fond of that doll. She named it Esther and started taking it everywhere. To me, the doll was just plain terrifying, but Emily adored it. Every time I passed by her room, I could hear her talking to Esther as if it were a real person. It gave me the creeps, but I figured if it made her happy, who was I to judge? A week after the rummage sale, strange things started happening around the house. My room shares a wall with Emily's, so I'm used to hearing her moving around. But one afternoon, while she was out for her piano lessons, I heard a soft tapping on the wall. I froze, listening intently. The tapping continued for a few seconds before stopping abruptly. I got up to check, but of course there was no one there. I tried to brush it off, telling myself it was just the old house settling. Then, there was the night I was sitting in the living room watching TV while Emily played with Esther. She left to get her dinner, leaving the doll sitting on the couch. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw the doll's head turn toward me. My heart skipped a beat and I jumped up in fear. I took a deep breath and approached the doll, convincing myself that it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. But something about the way those glassy eyes stared back made my skin crawl. As the days passed, the unexplainable occurrences only got worse. Things around the house started moving on their own. Books, picture frames, even my school backpack. I would hear faint footsteps coming from Emily's room long after she had gone to bed, and once, I heard a whisper that wasn't hers. And then, there was the doll. Esther would appear in different rooms of the house, sitting in odd places where none of us had left it. I don't usually believe in ghosts or spirits, but this was different. Something was wrong, and it all started when that doll came into our lives. I decided I had to do something. Emily was too attached to Esther, so I thought maybe if I got her a new doll, she'd forget about the creepy one. I went out and bought the nicest doll I could find, hoping it would be enough to replace Esther. But the next morning I found the new doll in the garbage bin. "Emily, why did you throw away the new doll I got you?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady.
Esther didn't like her.
Emily replied matter-of-factly, as if that explained everything. That's when things took a turn for the worse. My favorite belongings started showing up. Broken, sharp objects were placed on my bed, and I began having nightmares, terrifying dreams of a shadowy figure watching me, waiting for me to fall asleep. My sanity was slipping. Then, one day, my mom's money went missing, only to be found hidden in my room. My parents were furious. No one believed me when I said I didn't take it. They thought I was acting out, maybe even losing my mind. But I knew the truth. Esther was trying to ruin my life, and no one would listen. I couldn't take it anymore. One night, after everyone had gone to bed, I crept into Emily's room. My heart pounded in my chest as I reached for Esther. The doll felt unnaturally heavy in my hands, as if it were resisting. I didn't care. I was done being tormented. I took Esther outside, tossed it into a small metal barrel, and drenched it in lighter fluid. With a flick of a match, I watched as the flames consumed the doll, its porcelain face cracking away. For the first time in weeks, I felt a sense of relief, but that relief was short-lived. My dad burst out the back door, his face red with anger.
"What on earth are you doing?"
he shouted. I tried to explain, but he wouldn't hear it. I was grounded, but I didn't care. It was worth it. The next morning, Emily was furious with me.
How could you do that to her?
She demanded, tears streaming down her face. "I'm sorry, Emily," I said, trying to comfort her, "but that doll, Esther, she was bad.
That wasn't Esther. But she's going to be really mad that you burned her doll.
Thank you for listening to this terrifying twist tale. Please support this channel by liking and subscribing.